This is Dave Daly with Keizer TV. We are here today featuring Susan Foster. She is with St. Edward's Catholic Church, just a tremendous institution on River Road in our Keizer community. And Susan, you represent a whole army over there behind the scenes of logistics, of taking care of the children, seniors, and families of Keizer. We can't thank you enough of how that campus from end to end, top to bottom, is there to serve. And here we're going to talk about the USDA food boxes that have been distributed. You'll see these line of cars there at St. Edward's, and we really want you to know how and when these boxes arrive. And so, Susan, for our audiences, give us the latest that we know of these boxes coming.
So we had a big lag there in the last time we were able to distribute any food boxes, and now we're just doing the startup again. And this leg of it, they just deal with contract dates, and so we're dealing with a new contract date. This week is the first week we'll be able to distribute under that contract, but the food boxes will look the same to the people who are coming to get them. So that's the good news. So these are, I think they're really, I think they're generous boxes. They're really, the food quality is absolutely excellent. And you're getting a variety of protein, of vegetables, of dairy. And it's just a really nice, it's about a 35-pound box of food. So it's really answering the need. I agree with you, David, on the need that's out there right now, the food shortage need with the pandemic. It's just been unbelievable. So we don't usually have any problems getting people to come and get them when they're available. So you're right. There's definitely a thing about getting the word out there for when they will be available. So for sure, this week is the first time we'll be doing it. So under this contract.
And so let's pinpoint the time. Wednesday, 10 a.m. You can pull up to St. Edward's Church. Is that the date at this point?
Yep. And so we'll distribute till the boxes are gone or until noon, depending, because maybe if they're gone earlier, obviously there won't be anything there at noon. And they are, we try and make it with COVID as easy as possible for people. They just need to drive up to the front of the church, and we will come to their car and ask them how many boxes they want. It's almost like going to the grocery store or to takeout, where you can have somebody bring it to your car, and we just have them open the trunk or wherever they want the box placed, and we'll place it for them.
So that's tomorrow, this week's update. Where do we go to find if there'll be boxes next week or a month from now? What's the line of communication?
We post it on Facebook. We have a Facebook page under St. Edward's, and you'll see the food boxes always posted there if you want to log on. We always use that reader board that's on River Road, and that people really do use that reader board. So we try and really keep that up. So we will start advertising that. You'll see it the week of. And I think there's some other social media. We try and also let people know, like, that are going to the Keizer Food Bank, that places where you would normally want to get the word out to people. And,
the Keizer Community Dinner is on hold. That's also been housed at St. Edward's Church. And I think that's also something, as we evolve here through COVID and trying to stay safe, check back for future of when our community dinner would come back as well?
So the good news on the community dinner is we brought it back. We're doing it as a takeout. So on the fourth Wednesday of every month, we just did it last week, on the fourth Wednesday of every month. You don't have to call in. You don't have to, there's no prior notice. We're just doing everything in a takeout box, and you just drive up there'll be cones laid out in the parking lot and people to direct traffic. So you just drive up to where the parish hall doors are, and we ask you how many dinners you want and put them in your car. Again, it's just like doing takeout at a restaurant.
Well,
except I have to tell you, David, it's not as fun. We really want people to come back. We wish the pandemic would go away.
Well, and there's just such a fabric of community.
Yes.
That, when you hand that meal through a window, or and even share with us, Susan, a story that comes to mind, the look in a family that may not have had a meal that night. Share with us a story that comes to mind of being out there with in the community doing this distribution.
So for the dinner, I can share a story right off the bat that we always have advertised the takeout dinners to start at 3 earlier in the afternoon because it's dark and people have trouble with the darkness, obviously, in driving.
Mm.
So those cars start lining up, David, at 1 o'clock in the afternoon
Wow.
to pick up dinner at 3 o'clock, and they sit in their cars. That's amazing. The food boxes are no different. The truck never gets here before 8:30 in the morning. And so we advertise for a 10 o'clock distribution start because we have to unload that semi truck.
Mm.
And people start lining up at 8:30 in the morning.
Wow.
That's why you see the cars going out on River Road. You'll just see the traffic. Yeah.
Yeah. So be careful. We are trying to help folks, but that is a thoroughfare for our community.
Right.
And
I can share one story with you too, David, that to me, that was a real heartbreaker. If you ever wanted to see the need, there was a car that pulled up for a food box and the lady driving actually pulled over, which we never have people do. We never have people pull over. We just have them pull up, we load the box and then they leave. She actually parked her car and I watched her get out and she was obviously living in her car. So she was taking the food out of the box and putting it into wherever it would fit in her car. And she handed me back some food that she just couldn't use because I went over and talked to her. And so I said, can I do anything more for you? No, she said, this is all I need. So I went back to the sidewalk to help with the boxes and she didn't leave. The car just stayed there for a while. So I went back over to her car and she was eating the food. She was eating the food and drinking the milk right out of the gallon of milk. So if ever you wanted a story about how these food boxes affect people or how the community is impacted by the food shortage, this is where you can really see it. This is boots on the ground. Yeah.
And it's such a larger picture to think where this food box would have originated.
Yes.
We have so much need, and we oftentimes think, man, people aren't looking out for us. But we have a U.S. Department of Agriculture who, on a piece of paper centuries ago, through our country's challenges, has a supply chain, has a partnership with the Archdiocese up in Portland. You're one extension of our entire region that arrives to one car, but you work this backwards and you see the infrastructure, the regional planning, the buy-in of both public and private relationships for the greater good. How does that feel to be a part of that mechanism?
I have to tell you that I lived in Salem since moving to Oregon back in 1976, and I have never seen community operate the way it does in Keizer. This really epitomizes to me how community should operate, and everybody looks out for one another. It just is the perfect fit for the food boxes to be here. It's the perfect fit for the dinner to be here. It's just really the perfect fit. It's a faith and business working together in government, the way it all should work.
Yeah. Well, there's a myriad of volunteers. Please express to them how grateful we are.
I will.
I know there'll be folks, and I'll put the Facebook page for St. Edward's here. If you wanted to help unload that truck, I'm sure there's other ways to get involved. I know everyone's working on skeleton crews to be socially distanced.
Right.
But as we open up as a society, there will surely be a part of this mechanism to be around it. But I just thank you for talking with us today.
You bet.
And to your church leadership, this is just one facet of outreach that you do, and learn about St. Edward's, see their entire umbrella of support. It's really a pleasure talking with you today.
You too, David. Thanks a lot.
All right, so I'm Dave Daly with Keizer TV. This has been Susan Foster, and this has been an update on the USDA food boxes to Keizer, and also the community dinner. Don't forget, will be the 4th Wednesday, but that's a little in the afternoon, correct? To line up for that, that's at 3 o'clock.
3:30 to 5. Yeah, the next one will be 3:30 to 5:30. Yep.
All right. Well, appreciate all you do. Thanks for this time today, and I'm Dave Daly with Keizer TV. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.